is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the video, man. Today I wanted to take you guys through my back workout. Not much to it. Today is really just to focus on hypertrophy and just back thickness, and just honestly focus on building that back and just getting stronger, honestly, guys. I didn't do a lot of movements. Typically, I don't do a lot of movements on most of my back days in general. But, guys, let's jump straight into it. My back workouts, I try to at least start off with some type of like blood circulation activation type of gig. Typically that involves pull-ups or some type of chin up, or really just some type of like mid row. Typically not a lot of weight, a lot of repetitions, high volume. So usually today what I picked for this one was pull-ups. I went for 5 sets of 10. Really the big trick when I try to do my pull-ups is I try to drive those elbows towards my pockets and keep my chest kind of upright to kind of get that immediate arch to really hit my lats. Really good way to try to get blood in that area and already get it pumped. Honestly, this one, guys, I did a lat pullover machine. This is the first time I've seen this machine before. First time ever trying it. I did this as part of my warm-up just to get blood in the area and just to get blood in that lat area. I like it, not a huge fan for it. I'd rather stick with like doing like cable pullovers on a cable, but it was a cool machine to try. Not really, that raved about it. I felt my lats kind of in this area, really try to drive my elbows past the rib cage. I just don't like that because I can't really do that with the way the machine is set up. And that's a really good way to try to get my lats involved. And especially at the maximum stretch, kind of really put my shoulders in a stressful situation too, so. It's all good. All right, so my first compound movement here, guys, I went with a single arm vertical pull, kind of vertical lat pull down. Here, typically what I'm doing is I'm trying to really let that arm go straight up above my head, really stretch out that lat, and then drive straight down. Very little movement on my elbows going outward, bro. I really try to keep those elbows tight. So when I'm pulling, I'm really engaging that lat, squeezing at the bottom for like a second or two, and then I'm coming straight back up and I'm getting long. So I love these. And I'm a big fan of kind of circulating different grips. Some like, you notice this week, I feel like you guys always see me do a wide grip lat pull down. This one I went with a single arm, and the reason why I go single arm is just to really focus more on that mind muscle connection, and really engage in that lat and really feel that lat stretch out and really focus on pulling with that lat instead of using two grips where one can assist the other. Alrighty, guys, so my next compound exercise I wanted to a seated cable row. I love these, honestly, especially for building back thickness. Typically what I try to look for here when I'm doing these is I really try to, same concept with all of my rows, I try to take my upper traps out of it the best way I possibly can without pulling. I don't want to shrug while I don't want to shrug while I'm pulling. So really same thing, same concept, that mind muscle connection, trying to keep those elbows low and bringing that cable towards my belly button. But same thing here, I'm getting really long, getting really stretched. Like I'm really reaching at the end of that rep, just so I can really get a maximum stretch in that lat. And then I just focus on keeping those elbows low, shoulders low, and just driving that cable towards my belly button. I love these, bro. I'm telling you, you do these enough. I'm telling you, this is a great exercise to really get back in this. And sometimes rocking, you don't want to rock the whole time. As you notice, especially towards those later reps, I started to rock a little bit. I do that really to the same thing, to engage and really try to get that maximum stretch at the bottom, and then I use that momentum to engage my core to kind of get a little bit back and focus more on that a larger squeeze, if that makes sense. You'll notice from this side angle, I'm able to really re-stretch out that lat and then slightly lean back in and get my elbows past my rib cage a little bit further as I pull. So that's why you see a little bit of that momentum. But that's the only way I would allow that if I'm training. Like, that's the only way. I would have just rocked, that momentum now. We don't want as much momentum, but if you can really focus on engaging and squeezing those shoulder blades together, dude, you're good. You're set. Next up, same thing, bro. This is my third one. I actually did this in my working set. I don't know if you guys ever had the issue, but for me, chest supported rows on a bench, bro, is the hardest thing to set up, especially when you try to go for a lot of weight. Dude, I'm over here having to squabble just to get the weight up, and then I potentially a slip and slide out of the bench. This is the first time I actually came against a chest supported, like kind of vertical laying down machine. And I liked it. It was cool or whatever. I could definitely see how the load was a little bit strange here. Definitely new, but I loved it. I love chest supported rows. This is another good one for back then. It helps me get that mid traps, and it was mid rhomboids and those upper traps. So I loved it. It was a great machine. Same thing. Elbows are going out to about roughly 45 to 90 degrees, and I'm really focusing on engaging those traps and those mid rhomboids there. So guys, I'll tell you, this one is a great one. If you got one, get one. If not, the bench is just fine. I've made it years and years with doing the bench. I just somehow came across a new gym and they had this machine, gave it a shot, and it was awesome. So, all right, guys, last but not least, I kind of rushed through these clips here with this one because I really wasn't feeling it this morning. But guys, like I said, I wanted to get one in here. This is the single arm dumbbell rows. I love these. These things are awesome, especially for lat activation. I'm telling you, bro, you cannot go wrong with a good old single arm lat pull, a single arm row. Like, you just can't go wrong with it, man. Same thing, bringing that dumbbell towards my hip, really reaching, engaging that lat, and that's those upper back muscles to really stretch and then pull as hard as I possibly can. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with a single arm dumbbell row, man. It's just, I think this is an S-tier exercise. Cable, machine, whatever, dumbbell. I prefer dumbbell just because of the load and the way you can actually maximize the stretch off a bench. Dude, I'm telling you, this should be on everybody's back thing this day. Last but not least, guys, we finished off here with the shrugs. I mean, the shrugs are golden, especially for upper traps. Really, the only way to really build those traps muscles is from shoulder elevation. And I'm here sometimes, especially when I get to those more exhausting reps, I start to hunch over a little bit because I pay attention to more of kind of like a roundish shrug, to where I'm really getting those upper traps a little bit more. But same thing, I want to be nice to control, really squeeze those upper traps and then be as slow as I possibly can on the return. But guys, that's it, man. If you guys enjoy the workout, man, let me know. I would love to drop more drills like this in the future. But as always, man, peace and love, my friends. I will see y'all on the next video, gang.